Yeah, there's no time to waste, no time to waste, no time to waste, no. There's no time to waste, no time to waste, no time to waste, so you better do the damn thing right. You only got one life. You better do the damn thing right.
Guys, back to the ShoeBender podcast. I'm so glad to have you guys back. I know it's been a while. I honestly lost my memory card to my camera, so I had to order one, and they were out of stock for a while, and I was finally able to get one. So I'm real sorry about that, guys, but we're back. And man, what a great week it was for sports, man. I honestly start off with the UFC card just because I want to get that out the way, because man, I had so many emotions going through that card. Because, you know, there's some fighters that I was really rooting for. Like, I was really rooting for the Diamond, Poirier, and, you know, my boy Adesanya. And so you kind of guys already know how all that went down. But, you know, the main card started. Dan Hooker, you know, one of Izzy's, Adesanya's training partner, he gets to win TKO. Then we move on to the bantamweight division. And we had Frankie Edgar going at it against Chris Gutierrez. And Frankie Edgar got knocked out on his last fight in the UFC, guys. His last fight got dropped. The one thing I didn't want to happen, I was like, look, I just want him, you know, to make it past a fight. I knew that he wasn't going to win. I just wanted him to get, you know, go to a decision. He ends up getting dropped. Sucked, man. It really sucked seeing that. Then you had Diamond, Poirier, and Chandler going at it. And I knew that standing up, if they were going to stand up, I knew Dustin had the advantage because he's just a way better striker. He's way more accurate than Chandler is. Chandler, yes, he's got power, but he's not good with it. He just swings wild. But if he connects, you know, it's good night. But you know what happened in that fight, you know, Dustin just, you know, was piecing him up. Chandler got some shots in that you could definitely tell that rocked Poirier, but it ended up going to the ground. And I mean, oh bro, there was this times because Poirier busted Chandler's nose up and just had him leaking, bro. I mean, just leaking horribly bad, bro. Just nasty, bro. Just it got to the point where Chandler legit like a glob of blood went straight into Poirier's mouth, bro. Like, it was so gross. If you guys haven't watched that shit, go watch it. But I'm just don't do it while you're eating, man, because it's nasty, bro. The way this guy was bleeding on Poirier, bro, like it was gross. But while they were down there grappling around, Poirier was able to get in a good position, got him Chandler in the rear naked choke, choked his ass out. And then Diamond was actually super pissed at Chandler because there was times where he was fish hooking him. Chandler was fish hooking Diamond, and Diamond did not like that, and he let him know about it during and after the fight. So after that happened, you had the women's strawweight the championship. Esparza going against Zhang, and I mean we all knew Zhang Wiley was gonna just win. We just didn't know how, and she just submitted Carlisle in the second round. Pretty easy. And then the freaking main event, guys. The main event, man, you had Pereira, however you say his name, going against Adesanya. Adesanya was legit a couple minutes away from retaining championship and beating his boogeyman. Who got saved in the first fucking round, dog? You got saved by the bell, and you know it. You know you got saved by that bell. Izzy legit had him on the ropes at the very end of the first round. He had him, bro. He ruptured his equilibrium, like he was his eardrum, whatever. He was bleeding out his ear. He was gone, bro. But Izzy didn't let him. He didn't put him away, man. And as that fight went on, you know, Izzy was taking him down. Izzy was doing his thing. He legit was about to, you know, beat his boogeyman and not have to fight this guy probably ever again. And then that left hook happened again. That same damn left hook, boys. The same fucking left hook drops Adesanya, bro. Pereira just cracks him, bro. Clean. Bam. Izzy freaking gets wobbled out. Pereira just starts wailing on him, guys, and it's game over again. Back to the drawing board for Izzy. He can't beat this guy, bro. He's 0-3 against him. He just can't beat this guy. Alex is his kryptonite, and thankfully Izzy showed him though that it's a whole different game now, and that he's a lot better too. Because he was just minutes away from retaining that championship, man. It wasn't like Alex was stomping Adesanya out. It honestly was the other way around. Izzy was actually whipping his ass. So we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens in this rematch. I definitely going for Izzy this time. I just knew Alex was gonna beat him this time for some odd reason. I just felt it in my gut that he was gonna win, and cause he's a killer. Like I said, this fool's a cartel, man. All right, he's something, bro. But I know for a fact that fool's a killer, dog. Like he's got it in his eyes, bro. Like I would not want to mess with this guy. And Izzy stood there toe to toe, and went after it with this guy. And so this rematch is going to be super dope. The build-up is going to be crazy, even more crazier, especially now that he got knocked out. I mean, but just being 0-3 against this guy, like you've had 3 chances and back-to-back times you've been knocked out. Like that's not good for Izzy, man. It's not. And I really like Izzy, but I won't give up on him, man. I know that he'll come back. He'll come back stronger than ever, man. So a big shout out to the new champions that were crowned at UFC 281. And before we switch to football, there was actually some big news that happened today in the NFL world, and that was that my bad, not in the NFL world, in the boxing world. It was Ryan Garcia is gonna fight Gervonta Tank Davis, y'all, and nothing has been set. They just pretty much agreed to it. They're gonna fight at a catchweight at 136. And so they're probably going to make it like a new belt for them, just so that way they can have it. And it's going to be a big fight. I mean, if it's one thing that Ryan knows how to do is promote. Gervonta, I mean, he just puts ass in seats because he's going to knock someone out. You're going to get knocked out. He's proven that in literally his last like 5 fights. And this is going to be good, man. This is going to be good. This is going to be one of those Oscar De La Hoya Mayweather fights. Those kind of numbers. Triple G and Canelo the first time. Huge numbers. I think the only other fight that could beat this fight right now that has been made is Crawford and Spence. I feel like that's the biggest fight in boxing right now is Spence and Crawford. Who Spence got ordered to actually fight Keith Thurman, who he's been calling out since I don't know how long. Spence has been calling out Thurman, and they're finally going to get to fight. And I feel like Errol Spence is going to whip that ass like he knew he was going to whip his ass back then when one time was ducking him. So now you have to see him. And that's going to be a huge fight, guys. I still think Gervonta is going to legit murder this kid. I feel like I'm going to be a witness, like straight up. Like after the fight, I feel like I'm about to go on trial because just how bad he's going to freaking knock out Garcia, bro. Honestly, I really do. I do not think it's a good matchup for Ryan. The only thing he has going for him is the reach advantage. But even then, Gervonta also goes to the body, man. He's not just headhunting. Which I feel like his defense is just horrible. Like I don't think he's good defensively. He is fast, I'll give him that, but he don't got no chin. His defense ain't good, and I honestly would be surprised if he doesn't pull out of the fight. Because he has a track record of pulling out of fights, and I just don't see the fight actually happening, at least not when they say it's going to happen. So that's the big news that came out in the boxing world today. Canelo also said that he wants to rematch Bivol in like September, which I think is just a bad move all around. Like you should not want to fight this guy. He's going to whip that ass again. But anyways, there's some big stuff going on in the boxing world. You got Benavidez that signed a fight to fight Caleb Plant, which Caleb has been calling Benavidez out for a long time. They've actually both been calling each other out for a very long time. So there's gonna be definitely a lot of emotion in that fight, which I love because it's always better when it's an emotional fight. Because both guys are really into it, no homo, and it's just gonna be a great matchup. There's gonna be a lot of great boxing fights happening next year, because also Deontay Wilder is also gonna fight Andrew Ruiz, and whoever wins out of that is mandatory to fight Tyson Fury for that WBC belt. So yeah, man, it's gonna get real exciting for boxing next year. It's gonna be really good. There's some good fights even to end this year, but that's basically what's been going on in the combat world. Now we'll switch back into the NFL world. Right now we have the Tennessee Titans and the Green Bay Packers going at it. They're in the second quarter, like 3 minutes left. It's still 7-6. Rodgers found the rookie again in the end zone. I did not know it was 6'4". Jesus, no manches, that fool's tall as shit. And then you got Tennessee, who obviously scored, you know what I'm saying, because it's Tennessee. I got Tennessee actually winning this game. It's in Lambeau right now. It looks really cold over there right now. But there were some great games, some great NFL games that happened over the weekend. The biggest game was probably the best game so far. Literally so far. Here, let me go back to right here. Yeah, so far the best game happened. It was pretty much a Super Bowl preview view, honestly, if these two teams keep on going the way they're going, between the Vikings and the Bills. Just crazy. Just so crazy how the game ended. The Bills had this game won. Josh Allen fumbles the ball, dog. Say what you guys want to say, man, but I know, and Bills fans won't admit it, but everybody else can. Josh Allen has been proven in those 3 losses. He's proven that he legit will lose you the game. He legit will lose you the game, man. If I was a Bills fan, I would not be too hyped or too trustworthy in that quarterback, especially when it comes to the playoffs late in games, because he has proven that he will lose you that game more than he's proven that he'll win it for you. Justin Jefferson, I mean, my goodness, dude. Bro, he should be in the conversation for MVP, bro. Because you take Justin Jefferson out of that Vikings team, I doubt they're 8-1. Nobody could guard this guy. Nobody. He's that dude right now. Like, he really is. Like, you know, every receiver, it changes every year who the best one is that season. Right now, who's having the best season out of all the receivers is Justin Jefferson. I'd probably have A.J. Brown right behind him, because they're balling, dude. Like, straight up, they are balling, and their team's record shows it. You know what I'm saying? Diggs is another guy I'd put up there. But damn, man, I mean, the Vikings obviously look like they made the better choice with sticking with Jefferson and letting Diggs go, because I mean, this was a very big game for both of those teams, man. You know what I'm saying? Case Keenum, who played for the Vikings, you know, the miracle, you know, that was him, you know, him, the Stephon Diggs. There was rumors saying that he might have started that game for the Bills, because he's their backup, I believe. But just a great game, man. But like I said, if I was a Bills fan, I would not be too hyped on Josh Allen just yet, man, because that was not good the way he ended that game. It was not good. These are the type of games, guys, that could flip a whole team's season around. Like, this could be really bad for the Bills after this loss. They could legit lose like 3 in a row and be at 500, looking into making it to the playoffs. The Vikings could go on a roll, and you just gave them all the hope in the world because you were the Super Bowl favorite, and they just beat you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was a big game, man. The Vikings were able to walk away with it, and man, it's gonna be great to see these two teams in the playoffs. I know they for a fact they're gonna make it, both these teams. But man, that was a huge momentum game for the Vikings for sure. We had a Seahawks and the Buccaneers play over there in Germany, very first game there in Germany. And I mean, damn, the Buccaneers played so inspired. They had Devin White, his father passed away like a day or two before they played. So he had a heavy heart, and he had all the motivation in the world to just ball out, which he did. He had a great game, man. He had a great game. And when stuff like that happens, especially a guy like Devin White, your teammates, you could see they rallied around him. That whole team did. They had all the right motivation going into that game. And Brady did exactly what he would do to any rookie receiver or corners, and that's just go at them, beat them with the slants, beat them with the inside game, and then go over the top here and there. The Bucks, who were not running the ball well, obviously just decided to run the ball all of a sudden really well during that game as well. It was a good teaching moment for the Seahawks, because they are a young team, and lets them know, this is what a championship team looks like. Championship quarterback. This is how he throws and manages the game. Just a lot of good things. A lot of good things for that young Seahawks team. And they barely lost 16-21. There was two plays in that game that I felt like could have changed the whole game around. One was if the Buccaneers would have scored on the drive where Leonard Fournette threw that pick to Tariq Woolen, which I don't get why in the hell you would do that. Like, I just don't get it. Like, you really think that an NFL defense is gonna fall for the same freaking play again? Like, it's just not gonna happen, dude. It's the NFL. And they were driving. Like, you guys were driving, and then you guys decided to do that shit again. And then for Fournette to even just throw it, like, it's like, bro, just run the ball. Just run the ball. Like, if they would have scored right there, I felt like they would have blown the Seahawks out. But they didn't. They threw a pick there. There's another game, too, that I felt like that could have switched the game to the Seahawks' advantage. And that's when they were driving down the field, and then Geno fumbles the ball right when we get to, like, the red zone. I feel like if we would have scored right there, that we would have won that game, because I don't feel like the Buccaneers would have scored after that. And but that didn't happen, and the Buccaneers were able to get that win in Germany, for the first win in Germany ever for any NFL team. So I think that's good. But what I also think's good too is that now you have a bunch of Germans out there that love the Seahawks and the Buccaneers. They love both. Obviously it helps out the more Buccaneers, because you obviously got Tom Brady too, the greatest quarterback ever, boys. But yeah, the Seahawks will bounce back, and then we'll see where the Buccaneers go. I mean, they're back to 500, so now they're really in control of their own destiny right now, and which way they go. Speaking of destiny, in that division, we have the Falcons and the Panthers go at it, which the Panthers were able to win 25-15. That puts them at 3-7. The Falcons are 4-6 now. Another divisional game, we had the Lions and the Bears go at it. The Lions edge out the Bears 31-30. The Lions are now 3-6. The Bears are 3-7. Man, people better watch out for them Lions, man, because they could go on a streak. They've won the last 2 games, and they've both been divisional games, so I don't want to keep an eye out for them, man. Then you had the Jaguars and the Chiefs go at it. The Chiefs beat them by 10, 27-17. The Jaguars are now 3-7. Chiefs are 7-2. They still look good, man. Chiefs still look really good, man. Then you had the Browns and the Dolphins going at it. The Dolphins just straight smash them, bro. 39-17. The Dolphins are now 7-3. The Browns dropped to 3-6. But now Deshaun Watson's been able to practice with the team. Probably not this week, but next week, if the Browns allow him, he'll be playing. And the Dolphins, man, just stay looking good. They stay looking good. I was definitely really wrong about that team. My roommate's uncle was actually really right about that team, so I give him props for that one, because he did tell me, watch out for the Dolphins. The Dolphins are going to be really good. And I didn't believe it, because Tua was their quarterback. And Tua's balling out now. So he was right. Then you have the Texans going against the Giants. The Giants beat them 24-16. The Giants improved to 7-2. The Texans fall to 1-7-1. Damn. And then you have the Saints and the Steelers that went at it. The Steelers were able to win 20-10. The Saints fall to 3-7. The Steelers are now 3-6. The Broncos, which I'd love to see them lose. I really do. All because I want that higher draft pick for free. For the freeze. The one that we got for the freeze. We didn't have to do shit for it. Besides give you a quarterback that holds on to the ball too long and is just way out of it right now. Doing high knees on the plane and shit. While people trying to sleep and shit. Come on, man. But yeah, so the Broncos, they lose. They lose to the Titans, who are now 6-3. The Broncos drop to 3-6. It's not looking good in Denver, bro. It's looking real bad in Denver. You got people saying that they were using this, that Wilson was using the Seahawks audibles, or he was using their signals, and I guess he was confusing the shit out of his teammates. Like, what the hell are you talking about? It's just all bad in the Broncos right now, especially offensively. Defensively, they're really good. They're really good, but offense ain't doing nothing, man. And then you had the Colts beat the Raiders, which is super dope. Jeff Saturday got his first win as an NFL head coach. The Colts are 4-5-1. The Raiders dropped to 2-7. Probably the or the second most disappointing team in the NFL this year has been the Raiders. I mean, y'all got the team, bro. Y'all got the players. You got Crosby. You got Jones. You got Devontae. You got Renfro, Jacobs. I mean, I don't even throw Carr in there, bro. Like, come on. Like, man. As a Raiders fan, that's devastating, man. As a Colts fan, you're on top of the world right now. Ain't nobody was giving you a chance to win this game. Everybody thought you were gonna get blown out. Jonathan Taylor looked really good, and you guys are one game away from being in 500. If they win this weekend, man, they're at 500, and they pretty much control their destiny. So anything can happen, guys. I mean, do not sleep on this Colts team, man, because they are still good. Their only weakness is probably a receiver. Receiver and linebackers right now, because Leonard's out for the whole year, I guess. Yeah, Shaq Leonard's going to be out for the whole year. But, I mean, they're good. They're going to be a hard team to beat. Then you had the Packers beat the Cowboys. Packers improved to 4-6. Dallas drops to 6-3. This one, it was just another case of Dak not being able to close. I keep on trying to tell people, Dak is the best backup starter in the NFL right now. He should legit be a backup quarterback on any other team. But the only reason why he's a starter is because he has to start because of how much they paid him. And then you could say oh well, they barely lost. We only lost by 3. Yeah, but you gotta talk about what you're seeing. And it's the same thing with that I was talking about with Josh Allen earlier. I would not put Josh Allen in the same category as Dak, but Dak is gonna lose you games. He's gonna lose you games. There's gonna be more times that he loses you the game than wins it. He tightens up, man. He tightens up in big games. He really does. I see it all the time with this guy. And anytime it really comes down to it and it gets really close and you have people hitting him, he loses it. His composure is gone. It happens all the time, man. That's why I don't fear the Cowboys, because they have Dak as their quarterback. That don't fear me. That don't strike fear in me, man. It really doesn't. The Packers does. I mean, Aaron Rodgers strikes fear in me. I've seen what he could do, man. And I mean, he's balling. But right now, his season's all up in the air now too. He's over here mother effing, his coach because he didn't like the play he called. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I know for a fact that the Packers, it's gonna be really hard to get into the playoffs the way they're playing. And the Cowboys, I mean, they just gotta stay above water, because if they keep losing, I already told you, man, your boy tightens up, man. He tightens up. And then you had the Cardinals and the Rams going at it in divisional game. The Cardinals win 27-17. The Rams, the defending champs, the Rampete drops to 3-6. And the Cardinals are 4-6 now. Then you had the battle in California. You had the Chargers going against the 49ers, which the 49ers were able to win 22-16. Both teams are now 5-4. So the Niners are right behind the Seahawks' ass, man, when it comes to the divisional lead. So I really hope they keep losing. Then you had the Commanders going at it with the Eagles to end the game, to end that week 10. And the Commanders beat the undefeated Eagles 32-21. The Eagles dropped to 8-1. The Commanders are now 500, which is another dangerous, scary team because of that defensive line. Their defensive line is nasty, dude. The rotation they have there is nasty. All first rounders. 2 from Bama, 1 from Ohio State, which they're getting back in Chase Young. Secondary's good. Led by a great coach in Rivera. Now they got Heineke starting, which I feel like they're probably going to go with him for the rest of the year if you want to keep winning. And the Eagles, they'll be fine. They'll be totally fine. They just pick up that doggone against Sue today, which is going to help that pass rush even more. You got Fletcher Cox there. You're going to have Jordan King back. Like, my goodness, bro. Like, that defensive line's going to be, oh, my gosh, nasty. Straight nasty. But yeah, that's just what's been going on in the NFL, guys. Let me give you guys. So now the Tennessee Titans did score before the half ended. So now it's 14-6. Yeah, guys, I got the Titans winning this game, by the way. I don't know if I said that yet, but I do got them winning. And wait, what? Oh, okay, my bad. That was the kickoff. I was confused. I was like, why the hell? But it was just a kickoff, guys. My bad. But yeah, I do got the Titans winning this game. In the NBA, yeah, it's honestly just been more rumors going around more now than anything else, really. I mean, the Lakers still they're good, man. They're just inconsistent. That's the only thing. They're just inconsistent. You got Kawhi, who still hasn't really played. You got KD throwing all his teammates underneath the bus, saying that the Nets pretty much are just expecting him to win and aren't building a team to help him win, which is not good, especially with the record that they're in right now. But it's all right, KD. Come down to LA, bro. Come down to LA, bro. We'll take you down in LA. You know what I'm saying? Play with LeBron and AD. I mean, that literally all we need is a scorer. Once we get that scorer, it's a wrap. Come on down to LA, bro. You know you want to come back at the West Coast. We're all the best. We're the best coast, bro. We got all the best herb too, and I know you're really into that. I know you into that. But you got the Jazz being the number 1 seed in the NBA right now. We'll see how long that lasts. You got Luka, who's balling out. Luka has been balling out. I've been seeing the numbers he's putting. Giannis as well. Embiid dropped a 50 burger the other night. So did Garland from the Cavs. Portland's doing really good. Yeah, man. There's honestly only like 3 good teams, really good teams right now, and that's the Bucks, the Jazz, and then Portland, man. The defending champs are against the ropes too, man. Golden State, they haven't been dominating teams. They're 6-9 right now. You know, the Lakers are 3-10, so we got a lot of work to do, but we'll be all right. We'll be all right. You know, Boston's still there. Shit, how did I forget about Boston? 12-3. The Celtics are 12-3. Watch out for that team, especially with what went on and, you know, the whole coaching thing. All that stuff, man. The NBA is just more really, honestly, they're not really even talking about basketball. It's more everything what's going off the court with Kyrie, bunch of just stuff. It's not really about the game right now. Mainly because, you know, the NFL's still around, so NFL's still dominating headlines. But we'll see what happens in the NBA. We'll keep on watching. Is there some games going on today? Yeah, there's a couple games going on today. You got the Clippers going against Detroit, Kings against the Spurs, and the Blazers against Portland. I just said the Blazers against Portland. Pendejo, bro. Portland against the Brooklyn Nets. I actually got Brooklyn winning that game. I got the Kings winning against the Spurs. And then I got Detroit beating the Clippers tonight. But yeah, guys, that's basically all that's been going on in the sports world. I'm so glad to catch back up with you guys. And I'm definitely going to, start kicking a lot more of these out more consistently again than, having to wait literally like 3 weeks, 2 weeks for another episode. So I apologize for that. But I'm back, baby. Your boy's back. And we're going to get to it. We're going to enjoy this weekend of sports. It's going to be a great one. I'm probably going to drop another episode before NFL Sunday. And yeah, guys, really good to see you guys again. Talk to you guys. And I love every single one of you guys. Every single one of you. Chase your dream, no matter how big it is, no matter how crazy it might sound to certain people. You go chase your dream. Do it for you. Do it for your future. It will definitely be worth it every single second and time that you spend on it. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah, there's no time to waste, no time to waste, no time to waste, no. There's no time to waste, no time to waste, no time to waste. So you better do the damn thing right. You only got one life. You better do the damn